everyone, welcome back to Kirsty Colour & Sketch. My name's Kirsty. If you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing, and if you're returning, welcome back. So I started this page yesterday. If you've seen my community tab, my little post that I put up yesterday, you will have seen that I've done something to my back. I don't know what I've done, but I'm struggling to move, sit, stand, bend. I cannot bend down to pick anything off the floor. It's really painful. Even getting in the car and driving is painful. Everything is painful. But I did manage to sit on the couch for a couple of hours with lots of pillows behind my back to start this page. So I thought, why I'm constantly having to move around, because if I get stuck in one position for a long time, that's when it starts hurting. So I thought I can sit down for 15 minutes and quickly do the background on camera, and then I'll get up and walk around for a bit. So I thought I'd film it. So I'm going to be using, I've got two different palettes out because the colours that I want to use for the background, it's like this bluey colour here, and this is from the not Decadent Pies, Pastel Dreams, Prima Watercolour Pastel Dreams. And then I'm going to dot, when I've done a base of that one, I'm going to dot in some darker colours. I'm going to use this one. So this one is from the Arteza watercolour palette. So we've got a bit of a mixture. So I am just going to base first all the background. I'm going to go in with it. I'm not going to pre-wet, so we're going to go onto dry. We're going to go onto dry paper. Just get the right consistency on this watercolour. We'll try and get in all the little areas. I would bring you in further, but you're not going to see the whole of the background if I bring you in further, but I will bring you in once I start doing the darker parts of the watercolour. I thought it's not too bad for a short while, only a short while, when I'm on one of these it's like a dining room chair that I've got at my desk. So it's got the high back on it. It's not too bad for a short time. But I've already said that I won't be live streaming this week because I can't sit here for hours. I cannot sit here for hours. It's alright for 20 minutes or so, but anything longer and it is just going to start really hurting. I've just been to the shop and got some freeze spray and some stronger pain meds. So I'm hoping they work, but I did ring the doctors this morning to try and get an emergency appointment, and they've nothing till Thursday. Absolutely nothing till Thursday. They said I could go to the walk-in centre, but the walk-in centre is like, it's where you go before A&E, and it's got a long wait time. You can be sat there up to 4 hours if it's busy. So I'm not going to sit there for 4 hours. I'll be excruciating. That would be excruciating, should I say. So, and then she said, well, we've got a telephone consultation available tomorrow. So I just took that. I thought at least then I'm speaking to the doctor. If he's got any concerns then, from what I've told him on the phone, then he'll just ask to see me anyway. So, but yeah, it is painful. I'm thinking it might be sciatica because it's gone right. It was like right at the bottom of my back, and now it's gone right into the the top of my butt. Like, it's so painful. I just cannot bend at all, not even a little bend. So yeah, that's that. Doesn't matter if this background's going a bit streaky because we are going over the top of it with some texture. So this is just like a base coat really to start off with. The little border going all the way around, I think I'm going to use the Renaissance metallic paints for that. I've got my window open so you might be able to hear some traffic, possibly some birdies. But yeah, this illustration, I don't think I mentioned it, did I? This illustration is by Deria Draws and it is available on Etsy. And it is called Viking Girl. Viking Girl. It's a really cute one actually. I really enjoyed doing all of Emery as well. I used my Polychromos pencils on that. Off the top of my head, I can remember that I used a Payne's Grey, the Caput Mortem, Earth Green, I think it's called. It's like a greeny grey sort of shade. And I think it was the brown ochre a little bit on the dragon, where you can see a little bit of the brown coming through. And a lighter grey, but I can't remember which one it was. I think it was a warm tone of grey, a lighter one. I did take inspiration from Daria's coloured version that's already shown on Etsy. The only thing I've sort of done really different is the eyes, because on Daria's illustration on Etsy she's done like a really pretty, like, it's like a grey lilac-y type of eye colour. It's really pretty, but I decided to go for green. She was just screaming green eyes at me, so the hair's similar. I think Daria did hers a bit more of a white blonde. Mine's gone a bit more caramel vibes. But the background just sort of gone for a bluey green sort of shade. But I'm going to put texture into mine, because we like a bit of texture. So it's Monday morning that I'm filming this. I don't know if the video will get put up on Monday. It might get Tuesday. We'll just have to see how busy I am and how much pain I'm in. So we'll see. I'm using the size 4 brush because I've got to get into these few little spaces. So down here we've got a little tiny gap we have to get into. Just carefully get under her arm. And then this bit by the hair that I've missed. This bit by the hair. So what are we all colouring at the minute? What are you colouring? Have you printed any new to artists off Etsy? Are you colouring in any particular colouring book? I keep saying I need to do another page in Fragile World. I didn't do any in that book last month, and it's not like me, because I normally always work in that book. Like, if you see any of my completed pages videos, normally there's always a page from Kerby Roseanne's Fragile World, but there wasn't last month. There wasn't. I need to get back to it, but it's whether my back will let me know. It's easier to just get a PDF page printed off and get my clipboard and sit on the couch with the illustration on a clipboard and colour that way at the minute. That's how I managed to colour this one. I'm still waiting for the new Clara Markova book. They've not given a specific date on the release. I've pre-ordered it from a lady on Facebook, and they've just said end of November-ish, but no specific date, so I don't know when I'm going to get hold of that. I hope it's before Christmas. I do. Can be my Christmas present to myself. Oh, me and my partner were trying to get, if you're in the UK you'll know who Peter Kay is. If you're not in the UK you might not know, but he's a comedian. He's a British comedian, and he's been off the scene for 12 years, and he's just got a comeback tour. Now, we tried to get tickets on pre-release and the website crashed. There were that many people trying to get on to get these tickets that it all went down and crashed. So we waited for the general release, which was Saturday, just gone. Got on there. It said join the waiting room. So we got into the waiting room. I was 22,000 in the queue. 22,000. It went down quite quickly though. I waited on there for half an hour, was in the queue for half an hour, got to the top of the queue, all the tickets had gone, they'd all gone. I was wounded. So now it's just a case of checking all the sites to see if anyone's reselling the tickets. But I expect, you know, you can expect that people will be bumping the prices up. So we've been looking on a website called Gigs and Tours, Ticketmaster, Twickets. There's one called Twickets. Apparently we've been looking on there. Just got it. We rarely go out, me and my partner, we rarely go out, rarely, because we don't have the childcare. Nobody wants to babysit 5 kids. So it would have been a nice treat for us both. We were supposed to go to the cinema on Sunday and we had to cancel because what I did to my back. I said I can't sit in the cinema for 2 hours, in a cinema chair for 2 hours. I was in excruciating pain on Sunday morning. So we had to cancel the tickets and I had to tell my mum not to come round and babysit, and I was wounded. We were supposed to be watching, I kept saying Black Adam, but it's not Black Adam, it's Black Panther we were watching, the what's it called? Wakanda? What's it called? I forgot what it's called. But yeah, we were supposed to be watching Black Panther, so I'm wounded now. I'm wounded. Right, so that's the base down. So as you can see, it's quite a thick covering of watercolour. You don't have to go so thick if you don't want to. But now I'm going to get this darker shade, this one here, and I am just going to dot it on. So it's just going to be texture. Lots of texture all over my page in a minute. So get that in there. I'll try and get that glare off, doesn't it? If I turn it that way, it's not as much of a glare. And then I'll try and zoom in a bit. Right, I've just turned my lamp off and I've opened the curtains as wide as I can. And that's to keep the glare off, so hopefully it's not too dark. But I'm going to dip into this darker colour now and we are just going to add some texture. So just dotting it around. Dotting it around. You can have darker areas and lighter areas. It's up to you, however you want to do it. If you want to add more water to water it down, you can water the pigment down, and that's how I'm just adding a bit of texture. So you can see what it looks like there. That's all I'm doing. Dip back into my colour. You can even do this and add different colours in if you don't want to stick to one tone. Add some different colours, but I'm just going to stick to this colour for now, I think. Once I've let it dry, if I feel it wants some darker areas or anything like that, you can always go in with some darker, or even water it down some more. Some dark spots there. Let's move you up a bit. We need to come in further so we can see. Ooh, bouncing. Bring you in a bit further while I come down here. My belly's rumbling again. So if you add some water to your brush and just clean it off a bit, then you can get some watered down, muted sort of colours. So I'm going to come in down the bottom here now. So I'm initially going to go in with some dark pigment, and I'm going to clean my brush off so it's just got clean water on it, and I'm just going to dab that around. Wipe your brush off on a cloth if you need to. Get into this tiny area. There we go. And I'm gonna turn you back round. We'll turn you upside down when we get this bit. We can see it better up here. And then at the end I'll zoom out and show you the whole effect. I'm gonna go around the outside as well with some metallic watercolour. You can actually do this with metallic watercolour as well, this effect. It's really nice. I've done it with like a rose gold shade. That was lovely. That was really lovely. So if you want a more blurry sort of effect, water down your watercolour a lot more. If you want something bolder, dip straight into your paint so you've got that darkness like that. You can have a mix of the both, a mix of the two, like I'm doing a little bit of. So I'm gonna brush that off now, water it down and just pull some of the pigment out. Like that. It's really quite fun. It's really quite fun. Let's pull you up so you can see. Yeah, but the colouring of the illustration in pencils, can't get my words out today, I can tell I'm in pain. The actual colouring took me a couple of hours for that hair and skin. But the actual armour was quicker than I thought actually. I thought that was going to take me a lot longer and it didn't. It was alright, weren't too bad. The feathery earring here, I put like a, what sort of shade would you say that is? It's like a burgundy, isn't it? Put like a reddy, pinky burgundy. I'm not the best at explaining things. That's why I'm like this telephone consultation with the doctor that I've got tomorrow. I'm dreading it a bit because they always ask you, don't they, what does the pain feel like? And I can't describe things well, me. I really can't. Like, don't really know. Just flipping hurts. Really hurts, man. Can't move. That's what I'm gonna say, I can't bloody move. Right, so let's move up a bit more so we can get this last little bit on. Or should we turn around that way? We've got all the leftovers on screen now. Oh, emergency vehicle. I do apologise if you've got headphones in. Oh my gosh, I do apologise. Need to put warnings on my video. Be aware, you will hear an emergency vehicle in this video. You will, without fail. And people who regularly watch my videos will know that. People who tune in will know. You always get one. Let's get a bit more darkness in there somewhere. And in there, that's better. It's really fun background this actually. I think this is only, I think I've done a similar one but not exactly like this. So it's not something I do all the time, but I should do it more. It's really fun. It's giving it a really nice effect as well. I'm just going to wet my brush and just get some of these a bit blurrier and looser. Maybe up here. If I sort of look into the camera what you can see, it gives me a better view of what the overall thing's looking like. Like, I think I need a few more dark spots here. just randomly. And possibly here. But I'm going to zoom out and see what we think. Let me just pull my tripod up a little bit. That's better. Oh, that's looking quite nice. That's quite nice, isn't it, actually? Look at that. Quite like that effect. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use the Renaissance watercolours at this time, the metallic ones. And there's quite a few colours that'll look quite nice, but I think I might use this one down here. This is called Berkeley. See that? This one here. I think I'm going to use that one. So I'm going to make sure my brush is nice and clean. I'm going to pre-wet this. Look at that. Pre-wet it. Yeah, I think we're going to go for that. It's a nice colour. And we'll just go around the border with this. There we go. So that's the background, but how fun is that? And it was quite quick. You can see I've been on here for about 20 minutes now. So I think it's really effective. The metallic paint is really nice as well by Renaissance. You can get that on Etsy if anyone wants to see that. Let me put the lamp back on and you'll be able to see it shining. There, you can see the shine now with the metallic paint. So it was really fun doing that, really fun. So the illustration again, in case you missed it, is Daria Draws on Etsy. This one is called Viking Girl. Viking Girl, she also has a Dragon Girl, which I did recently as well. It's over on my Instagram if you want to check that out. Details of my Instagram account is in the description of this video. Please do hit the thumbs up on your way out and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you in the next one.